Hey, what's up, everybody? Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of According to Sacha Podcast. You know, we're here with you on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook, YouTube. I always want to say Twitter, but I know it's X. But anyway, Twitter X, right? And LinkedIn. Hey, everybody on LinkedIn. And this season, we are now on Instagram. So hello, everyone over there on Instagram, IG representing. Make sure y'all leave some comments and like the show and everything. And you guys, thank you for always tuning in. And thank you for those who are actually listening to our streaming platforms. You know, we're on Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout. The list goes on. It's down at the bottom. You see it all. So that's where we are, right? And we're always adding new platforms. So get ready for some more coming soon. And I have another special guest tonight. You know, I'm always bringing someone new to the platform, being able to introduce you guys to different entrepreneurs, whether they're creatives, athletes, film producers, movie stars. Like we had last week, we had a recording artist, movie star, entrepreneur, author. Like she was all of the above, right? So I always have these unique, amazing people on this show showing you that, you know, the foundation of every industry is business. And that's what we do. We're here, we talk about business, we talk about the lives, we talk about everything and that in between, right? So wherever the conversation takes us, that's where we at. So I have Staci Manley with us tonight, and she's going to talk about what she's doing in her amazing world and the women that she supports. And I can't wait to bring her up and introduce you to everyone. But remember, everybody, to like, follow, and share. Like, follow, and share all of our platforms. And then also make sure you engage and connect with us. We want to see you. We want to see you chime in. We want to see some answers. Not answers. We want to see questions. We want to see you, just comment. And definitely go follow our guests. We always put their information in our show notes. So go back to the notes, click the links, go follow them, whether they're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever. Make sure you follow them. Okay, so that's enough about that. I'm trying to see if there's any other thing I need to tell y'all. Oh, yeah, if you're following me, just stay tuned because I have some things I'm releasing soon. I'm going to do quarterly drops, right? So I have some workshops coming. I have some speaking engagements coming up, and I'm just going to be sharing everything everywhere. And if you're listening and you're not following me, definitely go ahead. Just click it. Just follow me, right? I'm on Facebook, as you can tell, and everything that I actually named, that's where I'm at. So look for me, either Sacha Walton or that girl Sach, SACH. Can't miss me. Woman with the red dress. That's it. And so just stay tuned. I have a lot of amazing things that are coming down the pipeline. Check me out for my GPTs that I have. Remember, I got a collection out there that I am showcasing and all those good things. So I have one other thing. Let's see. If you want to be a show sponsor, definitely reach out to us at accordingtosacha@gmail.com. And reach out to us. We do have some packages, and that way you can showcase your business, whether service-based or product-based business, to our audience and those abroad, right? And so here's just a little sample of my little...
Hey, contact us to see how you can promote your products on According to Sacha Podcast.
Yes, contact us, okay? All right, so I am going to bring up Staci in just a minute, and I'll be right back.
Entrepreneurship, small business, something that everybody would love to do, making their own money. And this is what we will be talking about on According to Sacha.
Hey, Staci, how are you? Oh, can't hear you. You're on mute.
Hey, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I forgot I muted myself.
The excitement level is out there. It's like, okay, let's get into it,
Can you feel the energy?
Exactly. It's just like, okay, just forget the mute. I'm going to go talk through it, right?
That's absolutely right. I hope y'all can feel me through your screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Staci, for being here tonight. It is a definite pleasure to be able to learn about you and your business and to share, you with our world here on According to Sacha Podcast. And,
Thank
you
you.
know, I have one question I love asking everyone that's on this platform. And
All
I want you to tell everyone, who is Staci Manley?
right. Who am I? Well, I feel like, I'm all about energy. I love, here I am talking to y'all about feel me through the screen. I definitely am a person that just has this, some people like to call it intense. Okay, some people say aggressive. It's not aggressive, it's assertive. But I am somebody who just like pulls up and says, I really feel like I can do this. And I think this is a huge, big mission. It's something I feel within my heart, and I find a way to make it happen.
Mm.
And that is, it's regardless of if it's life or business or what have you, that's where my energy sits. And that's who I feel like I am. I am just someone that says, this seems really big, but I'm a big energy and I can handle that. I could do that. I can bring something like that into creation, into life, into impact for other people. And not only for other people, but for myself, right? And my children and everybody else in my bubble here. So that's who
That's
I am.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that because right there in what you said, you know, sometimes so many people can see things so bigger than themselves
Yes.
and they may get stuck. They might be like, okay, I see it. They may retreat. They might just say, you know what, I don't know. This is not for me. Or they tiptoe at it. But you're like, no, you know what? Come on. I am bigger than that. I can get it. Come on, we're going to bring this in. We're going to match it. And let's do it. And I love that attitude. And so many people out there watching. I mean, hey, Stephanie. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Staci is setting us up right now with a great interview and conversation because that's really what it's all about. And you know, when you mentioned about the difference between aggressive and assertiveness, like how do you really handle that when people come with you and say, you know, I just think she's a little aggressive? Be like, no, it's not that. There is a difference that people don't get.
There is a difference. And I feel like, when I look at myself in the past, when I had very untamed type of way about myself, and I will say that I was very untamed in my college days. And I was just like a lot of fire energy, and I didn't really care how I was going to come off to you. I was going to tell you directly. Okay, that's when I feel like that was aggressive, right? But over the years, I've learned, okay, I can reform that. I can take that fire energy, that energy of myself. I don't have to dim it down. I don't, like all the words you want to describe it with. Okay. But for me, assertiveness is just that. Okay. I'm not getting troubled by what other people are saying. I'm not getting troubled by other people's beliefs of who I am or what have you. I'm just so focused on me and my drive and what it is I want to accomplish. And to me, that's assertiveness.
Yeah.
I feel like aggression can come whenever you're being defensive.
Mm,
And
that's
that's where I see, like the line just kind of gets a little blurred when you're feeling a little defensive within yourself, even.
Mhm.
Awareness tip number one for aggression. If you're feeling just a little bit defensive within yourself, ask yourself, like, am I going to come off aggressive or am I going to come off assertive?
That's good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and you have to like take that moment to be, well, really to be self-aware enough to take the moment to even ask yourself the question.
Yeah.
But sometimes people just go ahead, dig into it, and just like, okay, however it goes, this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And so you mentioned about, you know, the things that drive you. So let's talk about what drives you to be this phenomenal businesswoman.
Ooh, lots of beautiful things. So what drives me? I will say the number one drive, and I recognize this in college. When I was a graphic designer, I was a graphic designer for 9 years, and that slowly transitioned from, ooh, is that echoing on your end, or is it just
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
okay? Okay. So I was working for the man, and I did not like working for the man. I didn't like, the systems and the social aspects and all these things. And eventually I started freelancing. And so I was taking on my own clients while also freelancing for design agencies in like 3 different time zones. It was wild. I realized like me working in Florida, like it's probably not a good idea because they were messaging me at like 5 a.m. when I'm trying to get my kids ready at 7 a.m. I'm like, no, I'll stay in like middle US to California. But
Mhm.
I realized that, I just have it within me
Mhm.
to be the creator. Okay. And I can do the work too. I could be the creator and I could do the work. So that's when I really realized like, I do want to create my own business. I do want to do my own design work. I know I have it within me. I know I have the knowledge, the how to, and whatever I didn't have at that time, I figured out either along the way,
Yeah.
which was mostly how it was, or from somebody who was able to mention something to me,
Yeah.
whether if it was the agencies that I was working for. So I learned a lot within those times, but that is what really ignited. It
Mhm.
was just this understanding within myself
Yeah.
that like that's the path I need to take.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's like when you realize that you have this creativity, this creative power in you, and you're, doing the work with graphic design, because now you're doing other things as
Mhm.
well. And you can still use that skill set to
Yes.
support yourself and don't really have to go outside and, hire anybody unless you choose to.
Mhm.
And so let's talk about how now your new path, or I would say your added path, or the passion path that you have right now. You're in self mastery and you're a
Mhm.
growth mentor to moms. So, how did that transition, into
Mhm.
a new path for you?
All right, well, let's go deep real fast. So, when I was doing my graphic design work, and I had 3 children
Mhm.
very quickly. Okay. So I had a newborn with a maybe 1-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Mhm.
It kind of, it was year after year after year, give and take some months. Okay. So
Wow.
I had 3 children at one point under the age of 3,
Mm.
on top of building up my work, my career, on top of having to take care of the house because I'm a military spouse. So my
Mhm.
husband was gone, deployed, TDY constantly. So it was just me and myself and I
Right.
trying to manage everything. And I had a mental breakdown. I had a horrific mental breakdown.
Mhm.
And I ended up inpatient.
Okay.
Voluntarily ended up inpatient. I'm like, I need some space. I got to figure out what I need to do in my head so that I could be a better mother, so that
Yeah.
I can know what brings me joy and happiness. Cause I felt really lost in
Yeah.
that moment. I did. So I took my time. I took my 5 days there, realized I need to eat better. I was actually fed meals instead of having to like make meals for everybody. So I
Right.
realized I realized all of like the fundamental, just like really good life things that makes your inner
Mhm.
better.
Yeah.
Um, and I realized, you know what? I'm gonna do just what I need to do to make sure that I am a joyful, happy, like fulfilled person.
Mhm.
So I stopped designing. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going through this journey because I got to figure this out and, just have some space to breathe and reassess and be present
Yeah.
for my children, for myself, for like, I don't want to say redesigning, but it really felt like redesigning my own life.
Yeah.
And as I went through that, I started realizing how much work on myself that I did
Mhm.
and really how bold it was to just say, I'm dropping everything, like,
Mhm.
forget everything. I need to figure this out. Uh,
Mhm.
and through that, I actually picked up, a life coaching course so I could teach myself, so I could learn for myself because therapy
Mhm.
wasn't working, counseling wasn't working. I was like, this is stupid. And I know it's not that way for everybody. I'm not just saying counselors, therapists. I have friends that say that they have wonderful ones. I'm so happy for them. I didn't. I didn't have wonderful ones. And I didn't have the best support, from
Mhm.
that realm. So I was like, I'm going to teach myself. I'm gonna teach myself how to freaking live in a way that makes me happy and in ways that supports me. Because I would always say, I want to do yoga. Maybe yoga will make me,
Mhm.
feel better and all these things. But every time I told somebody that, they're like, no, you need to get on like antidepressants or anti-anxiety. You
Oh,
need
wow.
some pills. And I'm like, nah, 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 nah. I don't think so, man. I'm not getting on those. So I really took it upon myself to bring me out of that
Mhm.
SHT.
Yeah.
Okay. And I did. And my anxiety went away. Like I
Mm.
was having horrific panic and anxiety attacks, like hours long after my husband would come home. Because I would hold it together for the children during the day, and then I would let it all out at night. Hiding in the closet while the kids are like, Mom, what's wrong with you? It's okay, just give me some time.
Right.
But that's the reality. That was my reality.
Yeah.
And, so when I started to take it upon myself and help me learn those tools to help me implement and integrate in my own way, I became my own life coach, right? And then I became very spiritually inclined.
Mhm.
And I found that it was a really cool thing. And I was actually able to help other people in both of those realms because I attracted kind of like the people that met on that same field, life
Mhm.
and spirituality. So
Right.
that's how my new path started to form.
Okay.
And it's been really beautiful. I don't regret any part of that journey at all. Uh, so that is like the lead and the pathway of how that happened.
Wow. That's amazing. And, and it takes a lot of courage, like you said, just being bold and being courageous to really say, you know what, I need to step back for a second and,
Mhm.
and really look at the life because a lot of times, especially as women entrepreneurs, we don't think about, we're doing things so much and we're moving so fast all the time. So on one side, you have a business that you're running. And for some cases, they're working as well. And then they got a family that they're taking care of. And you're just so used to just moving, 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 moving. And, whenever that break happens for a person, either they're going to acknowledge it or they're going to keep moving.
Yeah.
Try to band-aid it real quick and just keep moving. But for you to say, you know what, that was you at one point. Yeah,
Yeah.
and for you to say, you know what, no, I really need a true timeout. And and a lot of times people don't really talk about that part. So I really do, I'm excited about your, even bringing that up because people always like to say, they want to show the glorious part of
Mhm.
entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of ugliness with it that gets you to point A to point B to C until, you reach the higher heights of where you are in your business or, and then some, right? And so for you to really step back and say, you know what, I got to take this moment. But at the same time, it was the moment that really opened up the way for you even more. The clarity came, with your own healing. And you were able to come out and say, yeah, I taught myself, and books are amazing. Of course, you have you find the right books, you find the right, so you don't have to always be in a session or you don't always have to be, somewhere, but just being able to say, look, this is what I need. I know it. I'm acknowledging it. I found it in the way that you found it. And now here you are helping other women.
Mhm.
And, and sometimes you are your best case study. A lot of times people look for people to say, oh, show me the receipts. I want to see how many other testimonies you have out here, how many other people you're helping. But if you're actually taking your own methods and helping yourself to grow, you're your own best case study, and I think a lot of people miss that. And so with you, you help moms and you have a legacy moms community
I do.
that's new for you. So let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So this legacy moms membership is very specific.
Mm.
It has a very specific um, type of mom, right? That comes in. And this mom experienced something that not a lot of people, and I hope so many less do.
Yeah.
Okay. And these moms experience child loss.
Mm.
These moms experience child loss. These moms are also very fiery, ambitious mamas, quite
Yeah.
like myself. And they are just making really big things happen for
Mhm.
other moms themselves, just alone and in their own very unique, beautiful way. And
Mhm.
it's just such a beautiful thing to have a community where moms who have gone through such terrific loss,
Mhm.
like the things that you go through after that, not a lot of people understand or ever will.
Yeah.
And I hope no one does. Like, I wish we could just save all the children, right? I wish none of that pain ever happened for anybody because it's the worst type that you can ever experience. But
Yeah.
them to go through such a thing and be able to come out and just be like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna keep my kids' legacy. I am building something that has their name in it that is just gonna show up in such a big, like, it's hefty. It's just like there is meat to this burger, okay? Like, like there's just this big energy and it's so just so very intentional. That's where I'm trying to get at this meat in the
Yeah.
burger. It's intentional.
Yeah.
Okay, it changes people's lives. These moms change people's lives. Okay.
Wow.
And they, the community is moms, and it's not only just mom coaches or, like there's authors, um there's moms who are very foundation, they have their own foundations or work with foundations to help families and children going through those types of things, and so just to have a space where we can all collect and be there together in understanding of like you need, some love and some encouragement today. Maybe you're having a tender moment, you
Yeah.
know, let us be tender with you. We love you. We love your child. We love what you're doing, and just have those shoulders that understand to lean on.
Mhm.
I hear that that is needed,
Yeah.
it's needed and it's not, there's grief group.
Mhm.
Grief group is, it's kind of like the standard, that there's a grief group, after you go after loss. But what about, with the building back up of life and building
Mhm.
legacy? Like where are the people teaching that? Where are the people being there to support you in that? That's
Yeah.
what the community's for.
Wow. Well, we know but one person is that who's teaching people, and that's you.
Thank you.
In
Thank
the
you.
Legacy Moms community. And, I think that's amazing because, like you said, there is a lot of grief counseling out here. And, and it's also a niche for some people.
Yes.
And that's needed. But then, like you said, it's that build up to getting back to life. Like, you have to grieve through a process, whether it's, a loss of a family member, a child, or, even something else. Because, anything that's grief is grief, right?
Mhm.
It's just different levels to it and or how people really process. And but it is that part about getting back up, even taking that with you for some people and getting back up and moving to the next chapter or moving forward to the next adventure or the next great thing. And for you to say that so many women are taking this along with them, in their hearts and but also putting it into the work that they're doing just to say, look, this is a powerful thing that they're like, I'm back in life again, but I'm going to take this, I'm going to build legacy, I have my child attached to it, their name, the love, everything, the memories, everything, and give to so many other women. And then here you are having a way to give back to them. And and I think that's the beauty part about it. It's like being able to support other people. Like you found your tribe that you can actually lead in what you're doing. And I think that's so phenomenal. And and there are a lot of people out here, like you said, it is needed because you hear it so many times that when these things do happen, and you can imagine, what people really go through. But it's like, okay, you can have people with them. So now let's have people along the journey with them as well. So I really do commend you on that. And That's awesome. You have any other great things that you're releasing coming up soon, or anything else in the Legacy Moms community?
Oh, we have lots of wonderful things in the community that are happening. Um, if you feel like that definitely resonates with you, if you've gone through that, and we have growth events. So I'm actually bringing in these. Oh my gosh, I can't even like I get so excited just even thinking about them. But like seriously, like I have women, moms themselves coming in to speak and like give activities for us to do like as a community together to help us grow,
Yeah.
whether it's in life and business and connection with ourselves. And so I'm excited to be locking in dates and times and events for the mommies in this community. And the other thing that I have is also a one-on work with me. It's called Severn Legacy Mom. Okay.
Okay.
So that is my private, very like high touch base type of work that I do with other mamas as well. So
Okay.
two things I got going on.
Awesome. Well, you are busy in a great way.
Thank you.
Just impacting lives and helping to bring change. And that's so wonderful. And everyone, I hope you're enjoying this conversation with Staci Manley and myself. And I want you to, go and follow her. Her information is right here. She is at Stellar Stacy on Earth. On Facebook, IG, and TikTok. So definitely follow her. Definitely, if you are one of those moms or you know someone that can really benefit from being a part of the community, definitely reach out to her. And Staci, before we go, any final last words or words of wisdom?
Yeah, I got one. I'm like, of course I got one. Okay, so this is something that I felt into, in so many stages and ways, but I really want to say it because I think it's important um, that you just let yourself be a wolf mama. Okay, if you feel like you got to show some teeth, okay, show the teeth. You know what I mean? Because there's so many moms, and especially in my journey, with medical care, healthcare, stuff like
Mhm.
that, and the journey that we went through, like you got to do that. You got to advocate. You got to be the co-creator of your child's journey, of your journey, of the outcome of that journey, no matter what that
Yeah.
outcome is presumed to be. You gotta be that grit mama.
All right. I love it. The grit mama, the wolf mama. Show those teeth, you guys. Show those teeth. Wolf out on them.
Yes,
I love
being creative, yeah. So
it.
thank
Yeah.
you so much.
That's so amazing. So thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed this conversation. And once again, everybody, this is Staci Manley. Definitely go follow her. Go follow her and just, keep up with the amazing things that she's doing. And like I said, if you're a mom and that definitely resonates with this whole conversation, as well as knowing someone, you could tell someone about it. Go ahead and share this. If you're watching on a replay, definitely you can still comment. We'll still respond. You can still follow all those good things because the show is going to be out there forever. And whoever sees it, there's always something that will capture someone's attention. And that's what I love doing here on this platform for you and so many other people that's been here. And I just really thank you, Staci, for being here tonight. I thank everyone for watching and those who are listening. And on that note, guys, we're going to come back with another episode on another Thursday with another phenomenal guest. And just remember that in everything that you do, command your day and be great. And I will see you next time, you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Staci.